My review of WWE Backlash 2025. It was a very good show. It was a very, well, not show, but it was a very good PLE event, or premium live event. There were 5 matches in the night. There was a mini promo. Let me go through my notes. First match, Jacob Fatu versus LA Knight versus Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre, which Jacob Fatu ended up winning. It was crazy. I think towards the end of the event, each individually started doing their finishers, their finishing moves, like Mortal Kombat, except not as violent. But in the end, Jacob Fatu was able to pick up the win because Drew McIntyre and Damian Priest kind of took each other out in the match, pushed each other on top of the table, and how do I make this not sound wrong? They broke the table. One guy speared the other guy, crashing through the table in the crowd. Also, towards the end of the match, so they kind of took each other out, kind of neutralized each other, and also Jacob picked up the W thanks to Chef Cobb debuting at Backlash, free agent signing from, I forgot what company it was, but he seems to be aligning himself with Solo Sikoa, and Solo Sikoa seems to be done with Jacob Fatu. There's most likely going to be a backstab of Solo Sikoa on Jacob Fatu soon enough. If I had to guess, I'd say as soon as SmackDown, but we'll see, you know. Second match, Lara Valkyria versus Becky Lynch for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. This was a very good match, which Lara Valkyria ultimately ended up winning. Becky Lynch is, like I said, she's doing a great job putting Lara Valkyria over and getting her to the top right now. There's a lot of cheers for Lara Valkyria, and that's exactly what you want as a babyface, you know? As a babyface, you want a bunch of cheers. As a heel, you want a bunch of boos, you know? Because if you get either of them, you know you're doing your job right if you're playing whichever character you're playing, you know? Third match, Dominic Mysterio versus Penta. This match was probably the low light of the night. Dominic Mysterio ended up winning thanks to the Judgment Day. Although there was one silver lining about this match, or anything about this match. Well, 2 things actually. It was 3 or 4 on 2, or 3 or 4 on 1 actually. The one being Penta. And there could be a Finn Balor betrayal of Dominic Mysterio. So that's one silver lining. And another one is the Lucha Bros seem to look like they're going to get back together. And by that I mean they're going to reunite. Because Penta's brother, real life brother, is Rey Fenix. They're on opposite brands. But they could, especially with the draft. We'll see when it happens. Hopefully it's announced tomorrow, but we'll see. But if they get on the same brand, whether it's Raw or SmackDown, they could reunite, you know. And they could end up taking down the New Day to win the tag team championships, you know. Also, Dominic won, not just thanks to the Judgment Day, but El Grande Americano, or should I say Chad Gable, because that's what he's going as on SmackDown reference. It literally says that his name's Chad Gable, so I don't know. I could just be overthinking it. Then you had Pat McAfee going up against Gunther. It was much more competitive than I thought it would be. I thought this would be an absolute bloodbath and that Pat McAfee would pretty much die a slow, painful death, or fast death, depending on what mood Gunther was in. And since he was angry, this could have easily been just an absolute squash match in favor of Gunther. But I gotta give credit to Pat McAfee. He put up a hell of a fight. Michael Cole got involved. There are two announcers. Pat McAfee is a very good competitor for being an announcer. But Michael Cole got involved. He almost got killed, metaphorically speaking, by Gunther, but Pat McAfee saved him. And yeah, ultimately, Pat McAfee ended up losing, like a lot of people thought would happen, and Gunther ended up picking up the W. And he showed respect after the match, which didn't really make any sense to me, but, you know, it is what it is. And then finally, for the main event, we had John Cena going up against Randy Orton for the final time, most likely. But this was a hell of a match. It was back and forth. Say this is probably one of the better matches from either of them, especially late in their careers. They put up a hell of a fight. From the outside looking in, you would think of it as two grandpas fighting, but it was much better than that, you know? These are two legends that put up a hell of a show and ultimately, John Cena ended up picking up the win, which I kind of expected to happen because it would have been too soon for John Cena to lose the title. I believe he will lose the title at some point this year. I don't know who it's going to be. If I had to guess, I'd say it's Cody Rhodes, but we'll see. But I fully expect John Cena to drop the title before he retires, and I also expect, I'm hoping that he turns face before the end of the year. That's a good guy in wrestling terms. For those of you who don't know. And I believe John Cena's next two opponents will be R-Truth, because he attacked him in the press conference when R-Truth confronted him and pretty much said that I believe in you even if other people called you washed and old and that you can't fight. And John Cena took offense to that, and so he attacked him. Attitude adjusted him through the table, and yeah, that could be the match at main event, which is on the 24th of May. And I believe John Cena's, that's one of John Cena's next two opponents. The other one is, I think, going to be CM Punk at Money in the Bank. But we'll see, you know. It ultimately depends tomorrow. I think CM Punk's going to cut a promo tomorrow, so we'll see who he faces next. But it could very well be John Cena at Money in the Bank. We'll see, you know. But going back to the match, R-Truth, John Cena took the referee down like twice. There were two referees. He took them both down. Then the SmackDown general manager came out for whatever reason. I don't know why. But didn't even bother bringing out other referees. Or the referees just must not have bothered coming out because they figured they were going to end up being the next victims, basically. So the match ended with R-Truth pretty pretty much distracting Randy Orton, and then John Cena hitting a low blow on Randy Orton, getting the 1, 2, 3, and picking up the W. And after the match, John Cena cut a promo that he wants competition. We'll see who that competition is, but we saw a glimpse of John Cena, a glitch in the system, basically, because right now he was kind of like the Terminator ever since Elimination Chamber. But we saw glimpses of him kind of feeling regret for what he's done. So he could very well end up turning face before the end of the year. But ultimately, like I said, it was a hell of a match. It was much better. It was a much better main event than WrestleMania's was. But we'll see what happens tomorrow, actually, on Monday Night Raw, and in the following weeks leading up to main event, and also leading up to AAA Worlds Collide and Money in the Bank in the same weekend. We'll see, you know. But that's my review of, or that's my recap of Backlash. And my review is, I'd give it a 4 out of 5 stars, honestly. It was a very good Backlash. And again, we'll see what happens next, you know. All right, I'll catch y'all on my next recap and review. Until then, I will see y'all later. Deuces.